Yeah, I'm back. Of course I'm back. Oh my God, what a trip it was. I don't know where to begin. So where have I been? I've been busy editing the trip videos. I mean, they take a long time. I came back with so much footage. If you guys are new to this channel, I just got back from an 8,000 mile trip. It was over a course of about 3 weeks. We went from here all the way to Oregon, California, and back. But I think we hit 19 or 20, 21 states. I believe it was just an epic trip. If you guys haven't seen the videos yet, there's a pop-up banner right there. Go ahead and check out that playlist. I think I have 14 videos in total of that entire trip. There's a couple videos that have possibly 2 or 3 days in those videos. But yeah, oh my God, it was just an amazing trip. So yeah, so I just been editing. I'm finally done with the trip videos. I wanted to bring this video to you guys like as soon as I can, because I think a lot of people are still planning some trips for this year or maybe even next year. So I wanted to bring this video to you guys. The most asked question that I recently got or have been getting is, how much does a trip like that cost? How much does, you know, being out on the road for 3 weeks, food, fuel, hotels, you know, whatever, what does it cost? And that's a really good question, because even for myself, I did a lot of long trips, 1,000 miles, 2,500 miles, a lot of 3,500, 4,000 miles. One trip to Sturgis, which was several years ago. That trip was almost 6,000. So this was the longest trip that I have been on. And let me tell you, it was definitely a trip of a lifetime. There was a lot of places that, you know, we had to pass by because I just didn't have the time. But like I mentioned in previous videos, you would literally need, because America is so big, it's so vast, there's so many beautiful things and places and parks and attractions to go see. You would need a couple years, honestly, to really explore everything. And even then, I don't even think even then you would see everything. It's just so vast, so huge, this country, so many beautiful places to see. You know, it was 3 weeks, 8,000 miles, and in and out of hotels pretty much every single day, eating, fueling up several times a day. And that's a really good question. How much does something like that cost? So I'm gonna break it down for you guys. I kind of did it here in my notepad before I even started recording this video, so I have the information for you guys. Yeah, we're back. Everybody got home safe, and that's the most important thing, that everybody got home safe and sound and back to their families. That's all that matters. We had an amazing time. We've seen some amazing places, and the bonding and the camaraderie and the friendship that happens on a trip like that is just, I'll just never forget it. You just really bond with the people that you're with on a trip like that. And if you could go with some great friends, some people you know, some great people, you're gonna have the absolute best time of your life. Now we're gonna get back on track to your schedulely broadcasted shows and videos and ride videos and upgrade videos. I have a lot that happened already, so I can't show you that way. That's the videos are gonna be coming out soon. And there's gonna be a lot happening in here. So if you're new to this channel, hit that subscribe button. We got some great stuff coming up for the rest of this year, and I'm really looking forward to next year, as you guys will see in the next upcoming videos. So anyway, 3 weeks, 8,000 miles from here, Oregon, California, and back. And we went up and down, mind you, because from here to Oregon and back, that's about 6,000 miles. So we did about 2,000 miles of zigzagging north to south throughout the trip to kind of get to our destinations. So another thing you have to understand is it was me, Sandy, and Danny, 3 of us. So as far as all of these numbers that I'm gonna go over with you guys, they were basically on my own, except for the one bill, which was the hotel lodging, we basically just stayed in the same room and we split the cost. And I advise you to do the same thing. There is no reason, like as you'll see, there's no reason if you're, to get separate rooms, as long as you're, confident in your manhood, you should have no problem. I have no problem with it. And it's just a no-brainer for me. So let's tackle that as the first thing we're going to talk about is cost for trip, hotels. 3 weeks, 8,000 miles. In and out of hotels pretty much every single day. So the hotels, 21 nights. I did $250 average per night because there were some hotels that was $150, and there were some hotels $350. Yes, you heard me right, $350. And not even, you would think, oh, where were these $350 hotels? Las Vegas, some big cities. No, they were literally in the middle of nowhere, and they were charging, some places were charging $350. I took it as an average of $250 per night, 21 nights. That equals to $5,250. We had 3 people, me, Sandy, Danny. So per person, that was $1,750, okay? That is just for the hotel, $1,750. And mind you, I'm gonna tell you guys this right now. If you are the type of person that does not give a flying rat's you know what, where you stay, you could literally find places $60, $70, $80. But for me, and I would highly urge you and recommend to you, kind of, if you financially don't have to stay in those places, don't. Like if I had to, I would, but that's not gonna be my first choice. If you go to the lower end hotels, you guys know what's gonna happen. You're gonna have a really crappy night and a really crappy sleep. There's so many levels. One, because it's probably gonna be filthy. Number 2, bed bugs. You could potentially bring bed bugs. They're the best hitchhiker. You could bring bed bugs onto your bags and then back to your house, which you definitely don't want to do that. Roaches, I mean, I don't have to go on. It's not a nice experience. If you can't financially do it, then of course, man, nobody's gonna knock you for doing it. Again, if you can't, then obviously those are your options, and it is an option. So that's gonna save you a lot of money. But if you don't have to, then I strongly advise you not to. If you are the type of person that you need the best of the best, the highest end, where then you're gonna probably stay in a hotel that's $450, $500 a night. But then again, a lot of these places on your way, they're not even gonna have those amenities in the middle of nowhere. So we were really lucky to find decent average hotels. Best Western, Fairfield Inn, Hampton Inn. I love Hampton Inn. That's kind of where I stay most of the time. It's kind of your average level chain hotel. Some are 3.5. A lot of them are 4-star. Another great thing about them is they have free breakfast, which we will get into in the next portion. But I stay in like the Hampton, Fairfield Inn, Best Western, Days Inn, what is that called? Holiday Inn Express. All those hotels are decent, and I would definitely look at the reviews and what they say. If they say, hey, the beds are absolutely disgusting and filthy, well then maybe you shouldn't stay there. So the first thing that I do is when I look up a hotel, I look up the reviews, and I don't care about the food, about the parking. I don't care about anything except cleanliness. If there's a lot of reviews that say this place was spotless, this place was great, it was so clean, my family stayed there, then that's what I'm gonna trust, that's what I'm gonna believe, that's what I want. I don't want to stay in a filthy ass place. That's period. I would rather camp outside in a tent in the dirt rather than in a filthy hotel, if that makes sense. I'm sure most of you guys would agree. This trip did not have any tenting or camping because It just takes too long. Will I ever do a trip like that? Yeah, definitely, potentially, because I like camping and I don't mind that, but it just takes a long time. It would have to be on probably a shorter trip where we have more time to camp. You got to set up, you got to pack away, so that's for another time. But so if you're like me, average hotel, $250 a night, 21 days, $5,250, divide into 3 people, $1,750 for your hotel. You could jot that down. You may ask, how did 3 of you guys fit in a room? Every single room had 2 queen beds, and or 2 queen beds, or 2 queen beds and a sofa. So the times we got lucky, we had our own bed to sleep in. When there was 2 queen beds and a sofa, we each had our own bed. Other times I had to shack it up with Sandy. It's just how it is, man. There's nothing, if you're, like I said, if you're okay with your manhood, then you will not be worried and you will not have a problem with that. And if it's with your boy, if it's with your brother, man, who cares? You're saving so much money. Now think about, if you had to do this by yourself, right? If say you went on a trip with 2 guys and they wanted a room to themselves and you had to get a room to yourself, it cost you $5,250 instead of $1,750. And honestly, we would get in late, we'd take a shower, go to sleep, wake up and get the hell out. So we're literally there for like 8 hours, 9 hours. This is not the type of hotel experience where, it's a resort and you're going to be in that same hotel room for a week. That'd be a different story. Maybe if you need your own space for that type of private stuff or whatever, then by all means, go ahead and do that. But you're in and out of a hotel. You're literally only utilizing the hotel for 2 things, which I do, is to sleep, the bed, shelter, and food, which I'll talk about in the next thing. That's it. In and out. Get in, take a shower, go to sleep, wake up, hit the road. Eat something, hit the road. So there is no reason why you cannot share a room with your brothers, with your best friends, with your family mates, whatever. It doesn't make any sense. So don't let anybody tell you or make fun of you, say, oh, you 3 guys slept in a room. That's a bunch of bullshit. So $1,750 for the hotel. So now food. This is how pretty much all the time how I do my trips. The hotel that I stay at will 99.9% of the time typically have free breakfast in the morning. I'll tell you, there's many reasons why I do that. So reason number 1, let me tell you the hotels like Hampton Inn, Fairfield, Marriott, Suites, Holiday Inn Express, all those hotels, like the mid-tier hotels, their great selling point is free breakfast in the morning. And is it like, it's not a gourmet, the best breakfast, but damn, they got eggs, they got bacon, sausage, pancakes, cereal, fruit, yogurt. They got it all. They got anything you need to just put something in your stomach, put something in your body, fuel up, and get out on the road. Another reason why I like those hotels is most of them have, especially Hampton Inn, 5 a.m. in the morning, they already have coffee out. If you go to a higher end hotel, they do not have coffee out. We stayed in the Hilton or the Sheraton, I think it was the Hilton, in Milwaukee, high-end hotel. No coffee anywhere. There was a Starbucks. They made you go into the Starbucks and buy a $7 cup of coffee. So that's why I have to have a cup of coffee in the morning so I could do my business and hit the road. You know what I mean? So that's why I recommend those hotels. And so for the convenience, because they don't cost that much, and because they have free breakfast. So typically I'm going to get a hotel with free breakfast. So food, 21 days, we ate free in the hotel. So that was included. So me typically, and the guys were doing the same. We would have breakfast in the morning. And then when we left the hotel, we'd put on 150 miles. We'd stop. I would always have water with me or a beverage, something. Typically all the time is water. And then we would, whatever, get a snack, a healthy snack. And then we would only eat once about, I'm gonna say, it depended. Probably anywhere between 3 and 6 p.m., depending on how the day was going, we would eat. We would eat breakfast at the hotel, and we would eat basically like a late lunch, early dinner. That's it. So we would pay for one meal. I don't eat, like, I don't need to eat, or I didn't need to eat a third time, because when we stopped and ate, we had a hearty meal, steak, beef, vegetables, salad, maybe an appetizer. And that, I'm gonna say, on average was about $40 per day when we went out to eat with tip. So 21 days, $800, plus some beverages and some snacks. Let's say another $200. You're gonna need about $1,000 for food. And again, you could eat cheaper than that. We were literally eating like a steak for dinner. That's why I was like $40 a night. But you could eat cheaper. If I don't know what you guys eat. You could go to McDonald's and eat for $10. Or if you're the type of guy that needs to go to a high-end restaurant, you may spend $60, $70, or $100, right? So I'm just giving you my averages on that. And we would typically go to like a Longhorn, Roadhouse, sushi we would have, there was a Japanese steakhouse. We would find something. I eat healthy. I do not eat carbs occasionally. If you see me in a video eating like McDonald's or Sonic or stuff like that, it's because there was nothing else around. If there was a healthy choice, that's what I'm taking. So $1,750 for hotel, $1,000 for food. And again, you know, you guys, if you are the people that eat 3 times a day, you could figure that all in. You know, I don't know. You may eat 4 times a day. I don't know. But how my body works, I need to eat 1 time in the morning and 1 time like late afternoon, early evening. We did not want to eat, nor do I want to eat after 6 p.m. Because what I realized, and even it even happens at home. If I eat late, I can't sleep because your body is processing the food. And you just can't sleep. It's very hard to sleep on a, for me it is, on a full stomach. Heart starts pumping, heart starts racing. I like to eat early and then still move around throughout the rest of the day to where I could kind of wear off that food a little bit. So yeah, so that's the food. So now here's the third thing, fuel. A lot of people are asking me about the miles per gallon on the 2024 Road Glide. 42 average, 42 miles per gallon. Very, very, very good. I could easily get over 200 miles with the slip-ons, with the stage 1 tuner and the wedge air cleaner that you guys seen on my bike. I was getting anywhere, it was going from 42 to 44 miles per gallon, on the highway. So, and we were obviously, most of the time we were on long stretches of highway. But that's great mileage for the new bike. That's amazing. 8,000 miles average, right? Divide that into 42 miles per gallon. I went through 190 gallons. Now, gas prices. Right now in New Jersey, you see this baloney, what's happening? Right before election, they're dropping it down to $2.80. But that's neither here or there. But before I left, gas was about $3.60 a gallon. As we went west, it just got more and more and more expensive. All the way in Oregon and California, we seen gas prices, and I'm not joking, just barely touching $6 a gallon. I couldn't believe it. Absolutely insane. I don't know how people do it over there. I mean, honestly. Think about, it would cost you over $30 to fill up your Road Glide. That's nuts. That's just crazy. I can't imagine that. But I did it on an average. So I put $4 a gallon. So 190 gallons, say 200 gallons times $4 is $800 for fuel. That's what you're going to be paying for, right? So those 3 things, $1,750 hotel, $1,000 in food, $800 for the fuel, $3,550. Now, $3,550. I would add, well, let me preface this by saying, I am not the type of person that goes inside every single place and buys a t-shirt. I literally have probably 10 stacks this high of brand new t-shirts in my bedroom that I haven't even touched yet. And I have 3 drawers full of t-shirts, so I'm not just that. I get the t-shirts a lot for free from everywhere we go. And I'm just not the person to, okay, I went here, I gotta have a t-shirt. I went here and start buying, you know, tchotchkes. Like, I'm just not into that. I literally only spent money on hotel, food, and fuel. Oh, and like park admission. If you are a veteran like myself, I did get, let me show you guys. I don't know if I have it here. Let me see. I do, okay. When we went to the, I think it was the Tetons. So right here is a national park pass. I had to show them my driver's license. On my driver's license, there is a gold star on the New Jersey driver's license that says, right there, it says veteran with, I think it's a star. I forgot already. Yeah, it's a star, and then it says veteran in red. So this way, people know you're a veteran, or if you want to show them proof you're a veteran, you just show them your driver's license. But I showed them my driver's license at Grand Teton National Park. This is the pass you get, and this is a lifetime free national parks pass. So if you guys are a veteran, get yourself one. Definitely get yourself one, because, and hold on to it. Whenever you go on a trip, you have it, and the parks are for free. There were some places like, I think it was Pikes Peak, they gave a veteran discount, but that's not a national park, so it wasn't free, and that's fine. You get a discount and you're on your way. You pay and you're on your way. So that's why I say like miscellaneous $500, right? So what does that come out to? That comes out to total $4,050. By the bare minimum, you can do a trip, 3 weeks, 8,000 miles with $4,050 in your pocket. That's it. You could do it cheaper by the means that I told you. Eat crappier food and stay in a shittier place if you don't have an option, or you could spend more money if you eat more and stay at a better hotel. The gas is going to be the same. We ran super everywhere we could. The problem is here in New Jersey, we have 94, 93. When you start going west, far west, it just starts getting worse and worse and worse. You tend to only see 91, then it goes down to 89. We've seen some gas stations that only had regular. I don't know why they don't have super out west. A lot of gas stations are like that. So mind you, if your bike is tuned, dyno tuned on 93 or 94, make sure you have or keep in your saddlebags a bunch of octane booster, little bottles you could actually pick up in every gas station. They have like octane booster. You fill up your tank, you put some octane booster in, and you're good to go. So this way your bike don't ping, you don't do damage to your bike, and your bike still runs good. So yeah, $4,050 for a trip and a friggin' half, man. This is another thing you have to have on a trip like this. And I'm not gonna go into like, okay, you need the tire plate. Like I told you guys what you need to carry with you guys. You guys could check out those videos. You definitely need a credit card, and I would even take, honestly, probably an extra $1,000 in cash just in case. And what I mean by that, you break down, you got to call a tow truck. He comes by, he doesn't want to take a credit card, he just takes cash. Well, you'll have it. Something like that, if that were to occur, if you needed cash. So say $5,000, man, $5,000 for a 3-week, 8,000 mile trip. But again, that's going with 2 of your homies, right? So if you only have one, it's going to cost you quite a bit more. Probably another maybe $2,000 more, right? Something like that, $1,500 more for the hotels. The food's going to be the same. The only thing that's going to change is the hotels. So if I were you guys, if you guys want to go on a trip, find yourself three good pals, 3 good bros, and split a room in 4s, 2 queen beds. Sometimes you get lucky, you get the sofa pull-out couch, and like I said, it's only for sleeping, showering, waking up, and see you later. So if you split it in 4 ways, it would even be less. You'd probably like $4,500 to be safe, $4,000. And you could do a trip like this. So I'll tell you one thing. People are spending, and this is the truth, people are spending, I'm not even joking, $10,000, $15,000, $20,000 to take, say, me, my wife, say 2 kids to like Disney World. I don't get it. I just don't get it. That's not for me. To go there, maybe once when the kids are small, yeah, but to do something like that, it just doesn't make sense. When you could be out in the wind, on 2 wheels, breathing the fresh air, looking at the beautiful sights Mother Nature has created for us, sitting down at a stream, looking up at Mount Hood like we did, sitting on the edge on a cliff on the Oregon coastline, going up to Pikes Peak. What would you rather do? Would you rather do that, or would you rather go play with Mickey and be in just, you know, and I'm not just saying about that. It's just like being all cooped up and congested, tight with all those people, instead of really living your life and out on the open road and nobody around you, peace, quiet. You could literally hear the grass moving back and forth. That's, in some places, that's how quiet. It's just amazing. But I think that's all I wanted to cover. Those are your costs. And to have a credit card, obviously, to make sure that you know, if you break down or God forbid of an emergency, have some extra cash on you. Make sure your bike is in proper form. I would put a new set of tires on. Don't even play around. Even if you got 5,000 miles on the tires, don't play around, because chances are you're gonna run through those tires on the trip, and you're gonna be looking for a place, or you might not find the place, or they might not have tires, or they might not be able to do it in time. So you might be stuck somewhere for a couple days. So do everything on your bike that you can, so you could optimize your vacation and totally liquidate any chance of you having an issue and getting stranded or getting stuck. Have the proper gear on the bike. Also, I wanted to tell you guys, if you have never done a long distance trip, do not go and try an 8,000 mile trip on your first one. I mentioned this previously. Do a 500 mile trip. Following couple weeks, do 1,000 or 15. After that, do a couple 2,000 or 3,000 ones. I would say after, even do maybe like a 5. After you do a 5, I think it really doesn't matter whether it's 5 or 50,000 miles. You're gonna get the idea. It's all gonna pretty much be the same. But the one thing I will tell you, after 3 weeks on a road, 8,000 miles, I was tired. It took us all about, and I'm not kidding, 4 days to recoup. So I feel I'm in pretty good shape. I try to work out every day. I try to eat healthy, but it doesn't matter. The amount of time you're in that saddle, the beating you take from the wind, from the noise, from the weather, just from you being on that bike, operating that bike, the anxiety, because you are worried. Sometimes could be stressful, a lot of cars, traffic. You're worried about people hitting you in the back. All of that goes into account. Other times where we're rolling through Nevada on I-80 for literally 4 hours and we didn't see one car, something like that is really nice. And you know, you get this and you get that. You get everything. You get the whole bag. You can't really choose, but start out slow, build yourself up, just like you're working out. Start out with the 10s, work your way up to the 30s, then go to the 50s. Work your way up, and that's, I believe, is going to work out the best for you guys. I think that's all I wanted to cover, but those are your prices on a trip. And I would strongly urge you to get out there, grab your Harley Davidson or whatever other bike you have, and just get out there and ride, because it is an amazing feeling. It's an amazing accomplishment, and it's different. Guys, it's different than going in a car and riding, it's two totally different animals. You know, you're literally one with the earth, so to speak. You know what I mean? You're smelling the smells, you're hearing the sounds. In a car, you're in a bubble, you know, you put on the music, you're watching your phone, and all of it's passing by you, and everything's a blur and everything's gone. Another thing I will tell you, very, very important, which we realized during the trip. If you plan a trip like this, do not plan to do anything over 500 miles in a day. I would even stay away from even 400 miles, over 400 miles in a day. Unless, like what we did, there was some stretches where there was nothing around. There was no point for us to stop. 90, 95 miles an hour on the highway, nobody around us going through some of these states. Speed limits were 80 miles an hour, traffic's flowing 95. So yes, we were banging out the miles, 500, 600 miles. But other than that, take your time, guys. Don't let it be, and I actually mentioned it in one of my travel videos because I realized we were starting to rush through things. I didn't want the trip to become a blur. I wanted to remember it. I wanted to have fun with the guys, and I wanted to be very memorable. If you're gonna be on that bike 500, 600 miles a day, you're literally going to be riding for 12 to 14 hours a day. There's no chance for you to see anything. It's basically, you're gonna be on that bike all day. You're gonna stop at your destination, take a couple pictures, take a selfie, get back on a bike and go. I didn't want that. We stopped, we hung out for a half an hour, sometimes an hour, sometimes an hour and a half, rode another 100, stopped, hung out for a half an hour. It was just really enjoyable. Take your time. Do not rush your trip. Do not rush your vacation. I think that's probably one of the biggest bits of advice I'm going to give you guys out of this video. Take your time. Don't rush it. Enjoy the ride, right? Enjoy the whole damn experience. Enjoy everything. Even if you got to get off the bike and stop in Montana and bend down, kneel down, and just grab some Montana, Wyoming grass and just smell it and look into the distance. That's what it's all about. It's not about just blowing through the miles, you know, getting from one place to the next just to say, hey, look, I got here. Look how many miles I did. That's not what it's about. It's great. It'll be a great accomplishment when you get back home and you see how many miles you did, but don't rush it in between. Take your time. If you guys have any other questions, if I missed something, hit me down below in the comments. But oh my God, we got so much awesome stuff to show you guys. I'm looking right at it. I can't show you guys yet. A lot of stuff's happening in this space. Maybe we got something new. I mean, so much stuff. So we'll see you guys later. Love every single one of you guys. The comments, the support that you guys showed me, Sandy, and Danny throughout the videos has been amazing. And yes, I did recover my footage. And I'll tell you that it was actually a very, very funny story. But I'll tell you guys next time. Till the next one, peace out.